Lesson 3.3, Prove lines parallel. Before I move on with the lesson, I would like you to keep in mind that a proof can also be written in paragraph form. But in this lesson, let's just first focus on proving using a T-chart. Now, let's look at the corresponding angle's converse, which is just the opposite of the corresponding angle's postulate. So it states that if two lines are cut by a transversal, so the corresponding angles are congruent, so angle 2 is congruent to angle 6 here in the picture to the right, then the lines are parallel, meaning J is parallel to K. So I'm going to write parallel here. Okay, let's look at example 1. Find the value of x that makes m parallel to n and A parallel to B. Okay, so in order for M to be parallel to N, we need to make sure that these two corresponding angles are congruent. So we can just go ahead and set them equal to each other. And X will be 34. And then for the other one, we do the same thing. 5x minus 7 equals 98. And after solving for x, you should get 21. The alternate interior angle's converse states that if two lines are cut by a transversal, so we have two lines J and K, and the transversal here, so the alternate interior angles are congruent. So if these angle 4 and angle 5 are congruent, then these two lines are said to be parallel. And an alternate exterior angle's converse states that if two lines J and K are cut by a transversal, so the alternate exterior, meaning outside, angles are congruent, so we're talking about angle 1 and angle 8, then the lines again are parallel. And now we have the consecutive interior angles converse. So we're talking about interior inside. If two lines are cut by a transversal, again, J and K, and then this is the transversal, so the consecutive interior angles, meaning they're next to each other, angle 3 and angle 5, are supplementary. So if angle 3 plus measure angle 3 plus measure angle 5 equals 180 degrees, then the lines are, again, parallel. Example 2. How can you tell whether the sides of the flag of Nepal are parallel? So we want to look at the little arcs here. Since they're the same, so it's representing that these two alternate interior angles are congruent. So you can just simply say, because the alternate interior angles are congruent, so you know that the sides of the flag are parallel. Example 3. In the figure to the right here, A is parallel to B. So a tip would be to mark it in your picture, and angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. And I want to prove that X and Y are parallel. So if A is parallel to B, then I know that angle 1 and angle 2 will be congruent by the corresponding angle's postulate. And I also know that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3 because it's given, And I could do the transitive property to prove that angle 2 is congruent to angle 3 to prove that x and y are parallel. So now this is my logic in proving this statement here. So I'm going to write A is parallel to B given angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Remember I told you earlier, angle 1 is congruent to angle 2 because A and B are parallel. So corresponding angles postulate. Now I can use angle 1 is congruent to angle 3 given, and I can say angle 2 is congruent to angle 3 by the transitive property of congruence. And then, because angle 2 and angle 3 are congruent, we can say x and y are parallel by the alternate exterior angles converse. Now I would like you to pause the video and take a moment to try example 4 on your own. And then continue to play the video to watch how I prove this statement and then compare. Example 4. In the figure, x is parallel to y. I'm going to mark that in the picture. And angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. Prove that A and B, line A and line B, are parallel. To prove line A and line B parallel, I need to perhaps state that angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent with my given information. So I'm going to begin with x is parallel to y. Given when x is parallel to y, then I know that angle 2 will be congruent to angle 3. I'm going to write that down here by the alternate exterior angles theorem. And now I also know that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3 because it's given. And now by the transitive property, I can state that angle 2 is congruent to angle 1, which was what I wanted in the beginning. Transitive property of congruence. And now that I proved that angle 2 is congruent to angle 1, I can state that A is parallel to B by the corresponding angles converse, which is the opposite of the corresponding angles postulate. And lastly, we have the transitive property of parallel lines, which states that if two lines are parallel to the same line, then they are parallel to each other. So if P is parallel to Q, Q is parallel to R, then we can say that P is parallel to R. So a quick example here, each utility pole, so these are utility poles, is parallel to the pole immediately to its right, so these are all parallel to each other. Explain why the leftmost pole is parallel to the rightmost pole. So I can use a simple sentence saying T1 is parallel to T2. So this is T1, T2, T3, T4. Then T2 is parallel to T3. Then so T1 is parallel to T3. And the pattern will continue. Okay, in this video, I've shown you some basic proofs. In class, I will continue with more.